Hello everybody, so welcome back to my channel, and for this video I've decided to do all about my birth and my labour story. And the reason I'm doing this is because when I was pregnant I absolutely loved watching everyone else's I loved watching everyone else's YouTube videos on their labour and their birth, so I thought why not do my own. So our little boy, he's 8 months old now, his name's Jude, and he was born on the 10th of May and my due date was actually the 5th. So he was born on a Tuesday, and I think I went into early labour on the Sunday, and it just come on as like a really strong period pain. I remember I lost my show, and this was about 3 o'clock in the morning on the Sunday, and I woke up and I saw it as I went to the toilet, and I woke my partner up and I was like, babe, look, like something's going to start happening, because obviously I was 5 days over, and at that point you're like, anything can happen now, and I really wanted a natural birth. I really didn't want to have to be induced or anything like that. So anyway, so I was quite like panicky, I got all shaky, and I think that was just totally natural anyway. And so I got my yoga ball out and I was sitting on that, and like from that I couldn't sleep. So so I got up and started using my ball, was bouncing on that. And then as the day went on, I just started to get more of a stronger pain that lasted a little bit longer, and it was way more noticeable, whereas before that it was just like a period pain that you can just sort of get on with. Anyway, as they started to get stronger and a bit longer, I still went on my day. I was just on my ball, I was just watching films, I was just trying to do everything that you normally would, because it could be so long from this anyway. And then it come to this the next night, and I think it was about 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, and they were getting much more stronger, and I was timing them, and they were a minute long every 3 minutes, and that lasted an hour. So we phoned up the hospital, and I wanted to give birth in the birthing centre, which is like more of a natural birthing setting. I really wanted to have a water birth, so we phoned them, and they said to just take paracetamol. What's the matter? Take paracetamol, have a shower, and just keep doing what you're doing basically. So I did that, and then I think another hour went on and they were just getting stronger and stronger, and then I think it gets to the point where you just want to be at the hospital so they can tell you what's going on. Anyway, so we phoned up again, and they said, okay, because it's your first birth, come on up and we'll check you. So we went up there, I think it was about 2:30 at this point. Hang on. So I think it was about 2:30 in the morning at that point, and then she took us into a room that was like totally empty up there, and the birthing centre was absolutely amazing. So there was like a kitchen where we could go and have ourselves a cup of tea and some toast, because they really want you to eat. So me and Craig, we went and had some toast and tea, and I was still having contractions, but obviously they just sort of let you get on with it there. And so they got us into a room and settled us in, and then the midwife asked if she could check me. So she checked me and I was 2 to 3 centimetres. So I thought, brilliant, like this is going really, really well. And she said, to get things going, should we do a stretch and sweep? And I was so nervous of that, because you hear so many horror stories about how much it's going to hurt, but it really didn't hurt that much. It was a little bit uncomfortable. So she done that, and then she said, hopefully this will get your contractions like getting, you know, go faster. And she said, I'll come back in 4 hours and check you. So those 4 hours I was in there, I was on the rope, I was on the ball, I was just rocking, breathing. It totally, like, you have to really concentrate and your body just takes over. So 4 hours later, it went really quick for me actually. 4 hours later come, as painful as it was, I think because you're concentrating so much. So the midwife comes in, and I think this must have been 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, and this was a different midwife, and she said, how are you getting on? And I was like, it's getting a lot worse now, I had a sweep, so I think this is like hurried things. So she said, okay, let me check you. So she checked me, and I was still 2-3 centimetres, and I was so disappointed at that point. So she was like, look, this can happen. She said, you can either stay in or you can go home, because sometimes when you come into hospital your body just sort of goes into shock and anxiety. My partner said to me, let's just go home because you can't relax here. So we got all the stuff, got the car seat, the suitcase, like our little bag, and got back into the car, come home, and that was the worst journey ever. We only live about 15 minutes away from the hospital, but it was just horrible. It's so painful in the car. So anyway, we got home and Craig said to me, why don't you have a bath? Because he knew how much I wanted to get in the water for the water bath, but you have to wait till you're like 5 centimetres to do that. So he ran me a bath, and I got into it, and I was in it, and it was not helping at all. It was getting so much worse. So he was like, right, get out, and he was like, lay down in bed and try and lie down. So he was constantly rubbing like the bottom of my back. That was where most of my pain was, in the bottom of my back, just this huge wave of pain that gets to this peak and then it just goes. And anyway, I just couldn't sleep, I couldn't move, and it was just, I was getting really irritable. So he said to me, I think he was getting quite frustrated at that point because nothing he was doing or I was doing was helping. He was like, right, we need to go back to the hospital and you need to get some medication to help you. And I didn't really want anything. I didn't want any pain relief at all. I wanted to do it all as natural as I could. I didn't want anything to interfere or make my hospital stay prolong. So we went back to the hospital, and I think this was about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Got in, and it was, because obviously 10 o'clock was like viewing time at the hospital. I remember we got into this lift and it was absolutely full of people. It was so embarrassing because I was like mid-contraction whilst waiting to get on my floor. So I was like looking to the floor, like trying not to look at anyone. Got to the birthing centre, saw the midwife, and she was like, are you okay? And I was like, no, it's really bloody hurting now because this has gone on like all night, literally all day and night. So she checked me and I was 5 centimetres, and I was a little bit disappointed because I was like, oh my god, like, is that all? But my partner Craig said to me, no, this is really good, you're getting somewhere now and you can get in the pool now. So he said to the midwife, could she have a water bath? So she went and filled up the pool, and she said to me, the pool's going to take about an hour, have you thought about having any pain relief? And I was like, I really don't want anything that's going to make me feel sick or be sick because I'm petrified of being sick. She was like, try some gas and air. So on my next contraction I used the gas and air, and for me I can only describe it as it just totally like lightened everything for me. I didn't feel out of it, I didn't feel sick, I didn't feel dizzy. It just made me feel like totally more relaxed. It didn't take the pain away, but every time you have a contraction you breathe in before the contraction, through it, and then you stop afterwards. And it really bloody helped. And then I got into the pool and it was just absolutely lovely. It was so nice in that pool, and I think I was in there for about 3 more hours, and then all of a sudden I remember he was coming so far down my birth canal. You literally know they want to come out. Yeah, his head's come out, and I remember the contraction stopped and I was just led in the pool and his head was out, and I was like, it's sort of, it's totally adrenaline rush when you start to push. Yes, it's totally an adrenaline rush when you start to push. And then I remember the next contraction came and I pushed his body out, and then all of a sudden you've just got this baby in your arms and all the pain totally stops. And it was just the most magical feeling in the world. And Craig was stood right behind me, and then he cut his cord, and it's just so surreal, and you feel like Superwoman when you finish giving birth. It's just amazing. And he's gone from, he was £7.3, and yeah, it was just absolutely amazing. Now he's this big. But I think the important thing to remember is not to be scared, because your body will take over anyway. And I was obviously very lucky. I had a really good birth and it's pretty straightforward, and I didn't have to have loads of pain relief and everything. But I think the way you are reflects on how your birth is. So I think if you're going like panicking, you literally have to keep telling yourself, I'm going to be okay. But I loved it, and I remember everyone says to me, you will totally forget the pain, and the first couple of days I didn't, and I thought, what is everyone talking about, like I don't ever want to do this again, because it did hurt. The contractions were a lot worse than the pushing, and now I can't remember the pain. I remember that it was painful, but you would do it all over again, and that's the scary thing, I think. But yeah, so that was my birthing story. So it was really lovely. It was really nice to get home with him. We were home, so he was born at 1:58 in the afternoon, and then we got home about 10, 11 that night. So we waited in there quite long to get discharged, but once we got home it's very surreal, and no one really prepares you for after baby. So when you're pregnant it's all lovely and beautiful, you're getting this gorgeous bump, you're going baby shopping, you have a baby shower, and I really didn't expect it to be as it is when he's here. But I think that'll be another video that I'd love to do, and I might even get Craig to sit in the video with me, because you could not imagine your life any other way once they're here. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it gives you an idea of what to expect when you have a baby, and just not to be frightened really, and just to enjoy it. And I always remember my mum is the biggest wimp in the world, and I always thought if my mum could do it 4 times, then I can do it. And now I can say to everyone, if I can do it, you can do it, because I'm the biggest wimp in the world. But yeah. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Obviously this is like a makeup channel, but at the same time I am a mum, so I would like to keep you up to date with Jude and my story and yeah, his growth really. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and yeah, thanks guys, bye. You hair puller. You're a hair puller. Yes, you are. Good. You look in the camera. Say bye. Bye 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 bye.